Hey everyone, Dave Zimmer again. Right now I'm going to talk to you about Prezi. You search Prezi, Prezi should be the number one search that comes up. Now, what Prezi is kind of like using PowerPoint, but making it so much fancier and so much more appealing, attractive, and creative. One downside to Prezi is that there is a cost. Uh, but you can also use it for free. Here's the thing. So if you want to keep your Prezis stored privately, you have to pay per month. It's not extremely expensive, um, but at the same time, as an educator, I like to go for those free tools. But Prezi can still be used free. You can use the public access, which means anything that you create, of course, is available to be viewed by anybody. It's not your own, it's everyone's. So I have my own account here that then I just, of course, signed in, created an account, and I don't pay a single thing. Of course, you're limited to the types of formats and templates that are available to you. But I'm just going to kind of run through how these are used. So I'm going to first take a look at one that I made for a class in previous years called the effects of extrinsic motivation on a child's motivation level. It kind of sets up like when you're editing it, just like a PowerPoint. But then you're also interactive with where you put your different pieces. And if we zoom in here, I could kind of select something, and I could change the size. I could grab it by with the hand and kind of move it around on the screen, kind of tilt it back and forth. So some different things that I can do with my text. But there's so many options. Of course, I had to tie in a Wordle and Taggle word cloud to go in with this one as well. So kind of combining the two tools into one is definitely something worth doing. Um, like I said, this tool allows you for a lot of kind of more of a creative rather than a just boring slideshow. Uh, Kind of taking an example of what I did then, I kind of had a picture of a mountain and kind of moved through a research of motivation that gradually made its way and took me back and forth with providing information from text, citing evidence, APA style, of course, why not? Making connections to the reading, an overall conclusion, and then a goal to motivate all students to be actively engaged in the classroom. And some really cool features how it zooms in really far, within the flag, and then an overview. So a lot more interactive than just your kind of everyday slideshow. Something else I wanted to take a look at. Uh, Now, it does take some time to get used to it, but once you got it, it works really well. So here was one that I actually found on the web. So you can search. So if I just went on the web and searched character and then add Prezi on the end, um, it'll give you a list of Prezis created by other people. So I just kind of selected this first one here. After it loaded, I just kind of scrolled through it. So what's a protagonist? In Toy Story 2, Woody is the protagonist, and then it gives you definition of it. And then what I thought was really cool about this Prezi feature, when you do put a link to a movie, it automatically, or at least it did earlier. Yep, there we go. It will automatically play the video within Prezi, so it is compatible kind of with YouTube and videos.
Hey, that's not her toy. What's that little gal think she's doing?
Great movie. But like I said, it allows for a smoother flow. So if you are trying the whole time management thing, you don't have to go out of Prezi. You have all your videos embedded and already in your lesson, ready to go. So definitely it can be used on the educator side, um, just to kind of take you into a few examples. Looks like they used a lot of different movies for this one, which is kind of cool. Um, but like I said, uh, Prezi's definitely a good presenter. I don't see it presenting the information or changing the information itself, but it does make it more interactive and kind of like more eye appealing. I kind of just wrote down some things that I took away from using Prezi that it could definitely be used in the classroom, like if you're summarizing something or having students explain or present information. It does a really good job at like putting things in sequential order. But as you saw, it doesn't have to be in sequential order. You could just be displaying any type of information. The downside is, of course, you need to pay for the more advanced pieces. You do get some training involved, more online support and whatnot from creating the Prezis if you do pay. Um, some examples that this collaborative feature helps out with like synchronous and asynchronous support and aspects. Um, Connecting to our reading on page 109, 110, this tool takes some time to put together, but I've used it in many of my own asynchronous courses, college courses that I've taken, and it's definitely been a handy tool. Like everybody's like, "Oh man, it's definitely it grabs your attention more than a presentation does just through PowerPoint." So um, you would definitely still need that like collaborative ultra though to be able to still do some stuff in the background while working through this presentation. But it's a tool that presents that information, the same information that you could do with other tools. But the advantages, the automatic play of video links, it's visually stimulating. The tool can be used to demonstrate mastery. After a unit is taught, it could be used as a reflection tool or even be a kind of a brainstorming tool. Collaboratively, I guess two people could sign into the same account at the same time. I don't think that I would have any problem doing that. It might tell me, let's check. This is one thing I actually didn't check out. If I guess I'm signed on two accounts, but I don't know if I could be signed on a different computer. Let's see if we could be editing both at the same time. So, yeah, it seems like that I could be editing here and also be editing in a different tab window as long as you share kind of a username and password. So it could be used collaboratively. If I zoom in, let's see, and take this guy and move him to the middle, and then maybe it automatically saves. So now I'm going to go back here to the one. I think this is the one. Oh, I was editing. Hold on. Uh-oh. Yep. See, it says you're editing this Prezi on another device. So, I mean, it could still be edited kind of, but not like a Google Doc, not like where it would be synchronous. You would have to work on it different times if you were to collaborate with somebody else. But hey, at least it lets you know, so I would know whether my partner's working on it or not. But great tool. Like I said, free to use. The free items are a little limited, but I think the best thing about it is that there's a ton of them already created, and all you have to do is Google search them. So if you get a chance, depending on what you're doing, like I said, I was working on character traits at the beginning of the year. Just typed in character traits Prezi, and actually this one will probably even give me something different. But it says Prezi.com at the beginning of each of them. So you can click on any of them and they're loaded for the public. So, and what I would definitely suggest though is always previewing them for their validity and for their value. Make sure that they are not like a YouTube video where they could just turn around and say anything in the middle of it. So I would just kind of breeze through it, see what it looks like, see if it matches your lesson as a teacher to use it. But I think it could be used both on the teacher side and on the student side. So great tool, easy to use. Takes some time to get used to the formatting aspect, but after you got it, I think it's definitely a tool to use. All right. Thanks, guys. See ya.